It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig. You decide when you lose, not other people. And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. If you like common sense, hit that thumbs up button and, of course, the subscribe button. And join us Monday through Friday live at 11 a.m. Central Time. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and Twitch.tv. It is Friday. It is sit-down day. Hi, everybody. I'm Stuttering Craig. Welcome to the #1 video game and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's Side Scrollers. Hopefully you're having a great day, man. And we've had a good start. Lots of great, really, power teams today, man. I'm really excited to have everybody on. Starting with Blabs. Hi, Blabs.
Hello. So is Friday the new thing where you just sit down Fridays?
You know, so I got this adjustable desk, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I've stood most of the week, including during the streams, but my feet are on fucking fire. Like, just standing all day. It has not been good. I even got like a leaning seat, and it's not good enough. So I figured I'd just take a break and sit down today. So
Do you have good shoes?
I do.
Do you have the little ball massager to massage your feet?
Listen, we're going to get into this in just a little bit, because I'm sure Melanie Mack knows something about this. Hey, what's up, Melanie? How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I am standing on this sitting Friday, but it's okay. I'll forgive it with you sitting today.
I know.
I'd like to think YellowFlash will be standing with me. We'll pretend.
Well, absolutely. YellowFlash, are you standing or sitting?
Sitting.
You're standing. You're standing.
Don't your knees start to hurt after standing in one spot for so long?
No, not really. The big thing is just feet, like Craig said. But I just wear really cushiony shoes, so it helps.
So I got a old man story for you guys.
Okay.
And it's one of those things where I went to the store. By the way, when you ask Flash if he was sitting or standing, what I just imagine is Flash is like on a treadmill. He's just like running.
Yeah,
doing
right?
his
Oh
motion.
yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
Funny.
Yes, that's exact. Actually, I'm on the bicycle.
Yes, that's it. You're on a
I
bicycle.
would totally do that. You just bike the entire time while working? I would do that.
Oh man. So I went to the mall the other day during the Christmas holiday season, and I've pretty much been wearing the same shoes for the last decade. I wear like these Adidas, the 3-stripe shoes. That's like my style. That's what I've always worn. Whether they're
terrible
black or
for
white,
feet.
they are what they are. It's what I've always worn. So my daughters and my wife crept into a shoe store, and I saw those Tony. Have you seen the shoes that Tony Romo has endorsed, the Skechers that you like slide your foot into?
I've seen those. Yes, I've seen those.
Got 2 pair of those. Got 2 pair of
Nice.
those bad boys. That's right.
Skechers is my favorite shoe brand. That's what I wear. Not those specific ones. I wear like these really chunky, cushiony ones. I love them. Super soft.
Man, I went in and got them. And the thing about it is that there's like an inch of padding. Like, and it literally makes me taller, which is great. I go from like 6'4" to 6'5" when wearing these things. It's like walking on fucking pillows. It's outstanding. It's great. Anyways, so we need to get Skechers to sponsor the show, which they never will.
No, they won't. But we can dream.
No, they won't.
I know how you feel because my shoes take me from 6'1" to 6'2" sometimes.
Mine take me from 6'5" to 6'6", so I totally get you.
God. Could you imagine how
I thought you were
intimidating?
serious for a second? I was like, Jesus Christ.
My
I'm
God.
5'4".
Could you imagine how intimidating Melanie Mack would be? Melanie walks in,
That part was
just ducking underneath doors as she goes in on
Smack your
dates.
door, yeah.
Melanie, by the way, was a part of that glorious ratio.
Yay!
That weirdo that was like, if you think this girl's attractive, you're a pedophile. And it's like a 31-year-old woman.
30s, yes. A
we must be
full
talking about something on
adult.
Twitter.
She's just not fat.
Are we talking about something on Twitter that I missed?
Yes, it was
Yeah.
a colossal ratio. It was so fun.
Is this on yours, Flash?
It's on YellowFlashes. Yeah, it's
Alright.
about the mocap actress for that Korean game. Isn't it a Korean game?
It's a
That's
Korean
coming up.
studio that developed it. Yeah.
Right.
Stellar
Yeah.
Blade is the name of it. And
Right.
these people, journalists have been bitching about the girl's body in the game. Like, well, it's not really up to today's standards. So they put out this video showing them mocapping her body. And this is after all these people are saying that, oh, you can't, there's no women that look like this. And so they dunked on all these people. And
Like, here you go.
You talking about this
Yeah,
guy right
that's
here?
This one.
Wow.
Oh, but you can't
She
see my
looks like an
ratio in
adult.
this one though.
yeah, you don't even see the ratio though. That's
The ratio that's on YellowFlash's thread. That's where it was.
he's got like
amazing.
1,300 comments to 20 likes or some shit.
I got
Nice.
to later down the thread. I used my favorite word, but not in the original ratio. So it's all
Steamboat
good.
Willie was saying it.
Yes, well, Steamboat Willie said it. I didn't. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
How dare he? How dare he? But by the way, first time I've had a chance to talk to Flash since Tuesday night and Tuesday night's main event, where he inauspiciously clipped me talking about the naughty man from Germany over there, and he took a 1 second clip and put it on Twitter. Which, by the way, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate that.
Hail Hitler?
Yeah, what is it that you were saying, Craig? Did you want to say it again?
No, I said shut the fuck up, Labs. That's what I said.
Oh, okay. I'll just go.
Oh my god. Okay, anyways, yeah, we got a big show today. I'd like to welcome you guys out. If you're your first time tuning in, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button. Join the 61,600 wonderful common sense thinkers here on the gaming and entertainment space, man. I'm glad everybody's here today. Join us over on YouTube, obviously, and obviously over on Rumble at rumble.com/sidescrollers. We're growing quickly over there, which has been great. Viewership has been growing every single day over on Rumble, which is very, very exciting to see. Love that. We also have an X account. You can follow us to find out who's going to be on the show and all sorts of fun little clips that go up over on x.com/sidescrollerpod. We also have an Instagram, Don't We Blabs.
We do. We're closing in on 1,100. But was it just me or was Craig's mic just going funky just then?
I didn't notice, but
That's just me then. It's
Okay.
StreamYards. Never mind. Go on.
It's clearly a you thing, Blabs.
No, it's just StreamYards hates me. It's like.
We also have a Kick account, which we're starting to push a little bit more over at kick.com/sidescrollers. So join us over there. I'm actually changing the title to the streams now, which is.
Did you see Kick fired one of their community managers yesterday?
No.
Oh, because apparently there's some like controversial celebrity that has tattoos all over his body, and he, I don't know.
Island boy?
Yeah, I think it was him. So I noticed when I was scrolling through, Kick made a tweet, and it had a picture of the island boy like kissing himself,
Yeah.
or a mirror of him. I don't know what it was.
It was
but
a glass window.
Kick tweeted that with the green squares around them. You know how whenever they sign someone, they do that. So that showed up on, and I don't know that much about celebrities or anything. So I was like, what even is this? Why is there like, did they sign some guy who's kissing himself? Like, I didn't know. Well, then they took that down shortly after, and they made a tweet, and they're like, hey guys, just so you know, we fired our community manager who tweeted that. Sorry for that. I don't know. It was some troll or something. It was weird.
What is an island? He's an island boy?
Yeah, I'm an island boy.
Apparently, he's got a lot of controversy surrounding him. Some like really
Is it
bad.
worse than the deer lady?
I don't know. I don't know about a deer lady, but
You never seen that?
The deer lady over
Are you talking
over
about
on.
the Twitch deer lady or the deer man
Yeah.
lady?
The
Though?
deer man.
That was a deer.
Oh yeah,
man
that
lady.
is a man. I forgot.
That's a
Yeah,
dude.
never mind.
Dude.
It's a dude.
Oh my god. Yeah, Glizzy over here just goes, Craig, no. I don't. I'm not digging into it. I'm not going to dig into it. But speaking of Twitch over there, our last day over on Twitch will be January 31st. I'm done with it. I'm done with their nonsense and their terms of service and their lack of action. So with that said, if you would like to just squeeze, did you hear the burp? Did you hear the burp come out?
I did not.
Yeah, it's very rude.
Are you all right?
Yeah, well, I had a protein shake right before I went live.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
So if you like to squeeze all of the money out of Twitch, you can, and give it to us by going to twitch.tv/stutteringcraig and using your free Amazon Prime sub on this channel. We will gladly accept that. You squeeze all them Bezos bucks. Is it Jeff Bezos? Is that how you say it?
Bezos, I think something
Jeff
like
Bezos bucks, and use them just like CG Hero 29 did using their Prime sub. Thank you very much. That goes a long way in support. So thank you very much. Greatly appreciate that. So yes, today over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel, I'll be continuing the Donkey Kong Country Funathon. That is, I'm almost through level 3. I'm starting level 3. It was a tough go the first hour and a half of the playthrough. It's been tough. The community has been very, very raw in holding me back several times. But so join us over there. Once again, it's a totally separate channel where we play video games and stuff. Right now, it's mostly me, but more people will be joining, which is great.
I've never seen the Game Boy Advance version of that. It doesn't look as good, but it's. I'm surprised they couldn't replicate that Super Nintendo look very well.
So it was brought up in the chat that the GBA version had brighter colors because the screen wasn't as, I guess, was needed to be
is that what
backlit or
it's
something?
a saturation on it? Okay, then that makes sense.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't as good as the Super Nintendo version, but it was nice to have just the fact that you could play it on a GBA.
Yeah, it looks like it plays all right.
Yeah, it was okay. Now I just ordered. I've been playing with an Xbox 360 controller because we're doing all the emulation and the retro achievements and stuff. But
what is that platform you're using?
Oh yeah, sure. It's called RetroArch, and RetroArch is what I'm using to play the games. RetroAchievements.com is how all the achievements are tied into it. It's spectacular. It's very, very cool. So if you like the old school stuff, it's the way to go for sure. So really, really good. So yeah, I'll gladly give you a guide on how to set it up.
Yeah, for sure. I like to try that out.
Yeah, it's awesome. If you like the old school stuff, it's great. Tons of really smart people who are way smarter than me coded in all these achievements, which is great. So, as always, our goal is 20 memberships for the show. We're going to start off strong with 5 coming in from our boy, Shane Bentley. Shane, thank you very much for those 5 gifted memberships to the channel. That is spectacular. That puts us at 5 for the day. Also, not to be outdone over on Twitch, Frank the Tank and Ryan 1987 also use their Prime subs. Thank you guys very much after the call out.
And then Ryan 1987 says Twitch sucks.
That's right. Let it be known.
I love it.
Let it be known. Hey, Sonic Boom with some breaking. Is this breaking news here? The Alex Jones NWO game is on Steam now.
Wow. Oh yeah, Carlin tweeted that out saying something about it, right?
Oh, I responded to that tweet and it didn't dawn on me that that game is actually on Steam.
Let me go look. I'm checking Steam.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, that's I'm pretty shocked Steam allowed it. Well, I mean, not really though. They also have
they have hardcore porn games on Steam.
I forgot.
And there's the one I always go back to is the game called Turfenstein. Yeah. Have you guys seen that?
Turfenstein is as in TERF.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want to play that.
Well,
I always get a little bit of a shock when I go onto Steam because I don't have the sensitive thing on.
Right.
So I'll go in there in the store and be like, some dude plowing a girl, like right in the thing. Like, what the fuck is this? And one time it was Hitler's sex romp or something.
What?
Like you have sex with people as Adolf Hitler. Like this is a game over there for real.
Wow. Well, Alex Jones is on Steam, everybody.
I don't buy any of these games, by the way. Like, how are they on my thing?
I was gonna say, like, what?
I don't know. What's your targeted ads look like on websites too?
No joke, Flash.
Oh, I block all those. I've got the ad blocker
on. Get the ad block on, but you enhance the Hitler screwing game over here. You're like, oh yeah. Plow that mustache. Let's go.
YellowFlash is gonna clip you saying that too now, right? And
just of course he is.
There's gonna be so many clips of you talking about Hitler, Craig. It's
that's the thing. A lot of people shy away. Like look, everybody knows Hitler was a really big piece of shit, right? So why can't we just laugh about what a giant big piece of shit he was?
I know. Why can't we just joke about it?
Ridiculous. Like it's
no jokes allowed.
None on the internet. Hey, I'm not going to joke about Andrew coming in with 5 gifted memberships. Let's go, Andrew. Thank you very much. That's outstanding. And I'm certainly not going to joke about Henry Davis coming in with 10 gifted memberships. That is awesome. Guys, that puts us at 20. Thank you guys very much. Andrew, Henry, appreciate you guys popping in. Shane, that's spectacular. I'm going to pop Henry on the wall with that tenor right there. That's pretty spectacular. We're going to do that. And Blas, before we get into the news and everything, will you read off some of these super chats for me, please?
Look at that. We have Mark the Cyborg for $2.79 Canadian. Lies of P is a Korean game, and it rules. And I believe I just saw Mark get 100% on that game, so congrats to you, because that's a very good game.
Good job.
Like, all the achievements and everything. All right, Push-Ups 2345 for $2 says, this is for the electric bill. AARP has discounts.
All right, no power outages today.
I've looked it up. It's called Sex with Hitler.
Oh.
That's the name of it. And there's several of them. There's Sex with Hitler, Hitler BDSM Bunker.
What the frick?
Sex with Hitler 2. Apparently it's so successful. Sex with Hitler WW2. Sex with Hitler 3D. Sex with Hitler 2069.
Wow.
Is there a Pride edition though? That's what we need to know.
No, there's not, but there is Furry Hitler.
Oh, all right. Same thing.
Furry Hitler. So you have sex with the furry version of Hitler.
Are these all on your wish list, Fresh? Am I going to go
I just
profile
searched
and
it.
see everything?
Go to Steam and search Hitler. You'll find all these sex with Hitler.
I'm going to go to we're friends on Steam. I'm going to
go look
at your wish list.
This is unreal. Like, unbelievable.
Don't show any of them.
No, you can't show these. You know what I really love about this is that the reviews of it are very positive. It has 2,000
Flash doesn't have a wish list. That's public.
Yes, I do.
I can't see it.
It should be public because sometimes, like, some nice people buy stuff off of it for me.
Maybe I just maybe I'm just stupid. I don't want to use Steam all much for this.
That seems like something we should do on Rumble. Rumble or Kick.
Oh my god, Kick. Yeah, we need an incentive to use Kick more. So I'm saying we should do like just going through Steam and looking at all the weird ass games you can find. That'd be perfect for just chatting.
I mean, wow, that is horrible. I can't believe they made multiple sequels to that. Like, there's such demand.
Like 10 of them.
It's successful enough that it's spawned a franchise.
Wow,
Incredible.
that is crazy. I mean, there's. I just searched "Sex with Hitler" on Steam, and there it says zero results matching your search. 7 titles, including "Sex with Hitler," have been excluded based on your preferences. So if you click it, then it. I mean, so apparently.
Yeah, you got to I turned the preferences off.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. Sorry. After what I saw with that, when I actually looked at the game, I ain't doing that.
I hope your wife doesn't.
Well, let you
check your
see,
Steam
like,
search.
you go into like sometimes these are in the top sellers. That's what that's how I've seen them. Because you go to the top sellers, people are buying this shit like crazy.
I can just imagine right
we
now.
We live in a degenerate world, Craig.
We do.
Yeah.
That is true.
I just imagine for some reason somebody over at Steam got an alert on their phone that says like search results for Sex with Hitler have skyrocketed 6,000% in the last 3 minutes. And it's like
what?
Everybody watching going over to Steam searching for that.
I'm really surprised like Kotaku or none of these outlets have ever went after these games.
Why would they?
Maybe they secretly play them.
Yeah, they're the ones who are
they're the ones playing the furry one especially.
Oh my god. I mean, I think it's funny that game exists. You know, like we can laugh at it. It's ridiculous. So it's absolutely silly. Honey Badger came in and gifted a membership to Jonathan. That's awesome, Honey Badger. Greatly appreciate that. Puts us at 21 for the day. Also, Minty 678, Nuclear Hippo, Death Trout, and Viper XX79 have used their Prime sub on your boys and girls over here, which is outstanding. Thank you guys very much for that.
Will Dave gave us 5 subs on Kick.
Yay!
It's
I got one of them.
Let's go!
Thank you, Will Dave. They've been subscribed for a total of 1 month.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. That is spectacular. Thank you guys very much for your support today over on the Kick. That's great. Oh, Will. High five, thumbs up. Not to be outdone, Kratos El Gratos came in with a 69. Blab's like, oh no. Blab's just happy she doesn't have to sing. With the $69 direct donation says, I only 69 for Craig's cursed search history. That's right. It's when the FBI eventually shows up at my doorstep and they're like, we were searching sex with Hitler video games. And I'm like, it's for my show. Kratos, thank you so much. You're going on the wall, my dude. Appreciate you and your support. Blabs, keep reading off these super chats here real quick.
All right.
I don't like to miss any.
Girl. Matthew Hammond for $4.99. Did Melanie Mack see the lady talking about people being upset about being called rainbow bullies? I think Melanie Mack needs to teach her a new word.
I did see that, and yes, I'll have to tell that lady the new word.
Oh my. Ashley Williams for $2.
Oh.
Look at it. I help.
Look at it.
What's Mel's favorite word? Just curious.
I'll just say it rhymes with maggot.
Jake Beebe for $10. I'm assuming it's Australian. I've got the Rona and feel like trash. Oh no. Thanks for the content. It helped takes my mind off things. You're all legends. God bless you, my fellow believer, Melanie Mack.
Thank you, Jake.
Feel
God
better.
bless you.
Mm-hmm.
Call up your doctor and have him send you that tablet. It'll get rid of it in a day.
What?
What
Yeah,
tablet?
I had it and I called my doctor. It's like Paxlovid or something. It's like an antiviral treatment, and I was back to normal in 2 days.
Wow.
They don't really give it to anybody, so you have to tell them. Like I told them I have high blood pressure and stuff, and they gave it to me.
There you go.
I just said I had the smart.
200 over 100.
Methodist for $5. Craig, I want to second the idea of an interview with Ross Scott. Also, Melanie, I like your hoodie.
Thank you.
Well, thank you for that.
The Worthy for $5. I put the Boondocks clip on the ratio in Flash's post responding to that guy. Teens.
Thank you, Worthy One.
Cellular Dream for $1.99. Shout out to my homeboy, Jesus.
Yeah.
Some Shambler for $2. Hitler was a real jerk. True.
Yeah, what a jerk.
What an asshole.
Matthew Haven for $2. YellowFlash mask off with his Steam recommendations. Honey Badger. Did we get that one? Honey Badger gifted.
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Okay.
Yep, that's great.
Let me remove. All right. Japanese Demon Lord Aberry Lucifer for $5. You guys are peering into a rabbit hole y'all may not want to go down. Which is true.
It's not looking good.
No. Emperor Nero did nothing wrong. X sells. We need more adult games, no book banning. Yeah. Will Day for a month.
Let's
King,
go.
let's go. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Then Gary's Beard Crab for $2. Sex with Hitler is better rated than Starfield. Anyway, moving on.
I mean, it's a really good point.
Jeremy Wormy for $5. This is the greatest person on the internet. Fight amongst yourselves. Who I mean. What?
You talking about the...
Oh, this is for the greatest person. I don't know.
Oh. Well, that's clearly
clear.
Flash.
Yeah, he's talking about YellowFlash.
Yeah, clearly
Me.
Flash. Yeah. We all agree. It's definitely Flash.
Act On at 2004 for $5. Every time you have Melanie Mack on, you should play the Zach Brown song called "What You Got Is God Given."
Oh, I don't
and
know
it would
that
be taken
song,
down
but
in an
thank
instant
you.
for copyright.
That's right. That's right. Thank you very much. And John came in and says Hitler's Furiosa would be a German Shepherd. I don't even know what that means, but thank you, John.
I think that does he mean like a like familiar, like your pet familiar? I think.
Okay.
Blabs knows about familiars. She's the wizard here.
It's true. Crazy wizard.
I'm a witch, not a wizard. Female.
Oh, true.
Blake came in with a 2 over on Rumble. Says, "Hail, Craig, Blabs, and Melanie, but not Flash. Your Christmas movie list is garbage."
Oh, I saw that.
Hey,
It
didn't
was
get
pretty
ratioed.
shit.
Hey, listen, that Christmas list did exactly what it needed to do.
And what's that?
Tons of people talking about it. Tons
Farming.
of people sharing it. Like every show is talking about that list.
Farming,
love
Twitter
it.
farming.
I haven't seen it yet, and if I did, I'm sure I'd be irate.
It's pretty shit.
It's an amazing list that a lot of people agree with and don't want to say anything.
It's the best list I've ever not seen.
You are truly the silent majority, Flash. It's crazy.
It's true.
Alma John says, "Yo, Flash. Craig recently discovered who the strong, powerful Saint Jamie Marchi is. He's probably already blocked on Twitter by now. Yeah, I discovered that this Jamie Marchi.
Oh,
lady,
Jamie Marchi.
Yeah, it's crazy. Marchi.
I think it's now Marchi. Yeah, you're.
I thought it was Marche.
She's a piece of shit. She's been around. She's been around for a while. I've been covering her for years.
Well, that's a fascinating story. I reached out to that guy Rev
says Desu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would love to have him on to talk about this. But you're here. I mean, you've been talking about it quite extensively.
He's definitely more informed on a lot of the stuff, like with the translations and stuff. But I've always known about that. Like they've been doing that for a long time. They'll do it so they don't really mess around with the big stuff. My Hero Academia, Dragon Ball, stuff like that. They don't really do a lot of crazy translation stuff with. But for Dragon Maid and other smaller anime that really aren't that well known, they will go in and they'll change the subtitles. They'll change the dub, like the subtitles. They'll inject things into them now. Like they'll do this with manga, and they've been doing it with anime for a long time. You could just watch the subtitled version for a long time, but now they're starting to fuck with those.
Yep,
they're fucking with the subtitled versions now. And if you're a smart anime fan, you can just get fan sub versions of these anyway. But it's the point. Like I think they shouldn't be doing this. They're not. It's like Asmund Gold said. They're not localizers. They're liars.
Yep.
Like this isn't what I want. It's not your job to inject bullshit into it. Your job is to translate it so that I can understand it, not inject politics in there that you wish were in the show.
I think that's the most fascinating thing about this is as somebody who's not a big anime fan, I still see tremendous issues with this because yes, it's anime, but that it will happen in every other form of media, whether it's movies, whether it's TV shows, whether it's games, whether maybe even music. Who knows, right? Where they modify it. You see that happening now with music, where people are Americans are changing their current lyrics.
Green Day just did it. Death to punk rock.
Right. I mean, come on.
Oh, don't we all love Green Day?
Well, what's funny, I talked about this briefly, maybe yesterday or a couple days ago, but you see all these guys who were these anti-establishment bands, whether it's Rage Against the Machine, whether Green Day, whatever, and they're all just a big part of the system. They're all just
Rage with the Machine.
It's insane, man. It's crazy.
I used to love Rage Against the Machine, man.
I did too.
Yes, of course.
See, I never really liked Green Day, but Rage Against the Machine, I loved them.
I've got all of their albums on vinyl. And I had them all on CD, as a teenager. So I mean, they were great. And you see them like the stuff they used to hate government. Now they're like sucking government dick.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess they never really did hate government, right? I think it's just another example of hypocrites and sellouts.
It was pointed out in the chat yesterday when this was brought up because they said they weren't going to be playing any more shows. They're like, we're done playing shows. They announced that yesterday, and it was pointed out that they're like, does the lead singer make the same as the guy who's rigging the lights on the show? Because they are communists. After all, right?
True. Yeah.
It's supposed to be spread equally across everybody. So
true.
But alas, no, that is not the case for sure. So Blake says, can't wait to play the physical copy of the Alex Jones game through LRG. That's right, limited run games over there. I don't think that's going to be happening.
I don't think they'll do that, given what they already fired Kara for liking some tweets. So,
but by the way, the 1 year anniversary of that tomorrow.
Yes.
So join Kara tomorrow with that. So dude with the $1, and I'm going to say this in crazy voice so it doesn't get clipped out of context. Hitler did do one amazing thing. He killed Hitler. There you go. Sand in the line. Flash says, tune into Flashcast where you can draw sand in the line. There you go.
That's true. Yeah. So this is because I said, I forget what movie it was, but I was saying I'm going to put a line in the sand, but I said I'm going to put a sand in the line.
Love that.
Because people would spend, they send $100 drink shots. So we've got some very generous individuals that will come in there and drop like hundreds on shots. So I mean,
Wow.
eventually we start to get a
you
little
got
tipsy.
Rhino
Wait.
alcohol poisoning.
Rhino got really drunk, but he
Yes.
drinks before the show.
He's an idiot.
Like I don't drink before the show. Don't drink before the show.
Well, how do they know you're taking shots?
Oh, they know.
Oh, they know.
Yeah, and Rhino's on camera.
You can eventually start to hear it. I mean, you can hear it in people's voices eventually.
Well, our $100 incentive is Blab singing horrible songs in racist accents. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty great.
we're still waiting for that today. We'll see what happens.
I have an
absolutely.
announcement.
Yes, Blab.
Will Dave came back and gifted 5 other subscriptions on Kick.
Let's go.
And Goes Nowhere Does Nothing also subscribed on Kick.
That's awesome. Man,
So
you guys
we
are
got
making
11
Kick worth
subs
it.
today.
That is awesome.
Chat just enlightened me about that Kick thing, by the way. That picture wasn't that guy kissing himself. He's a twin, and he was kissing his twin.
Oh,
No,
no.
the glass.
Well, now that makes it make more sense why they were freaking out.
I thought it was on glass. You could totally see a reflection.
That's what I thought, but I think they're actually twins, and they were kissing each other. Either that or someone in
do
chat
I
was
dare Google?
really
Actually,
pulled
no,
my
I don't
leg
wanna.
there. The
Yeesh.
plot thickens.
Continues.
I was wondering why people are freaking out about it so much. I was like, what? He's just kissing a mirror. I don't know.
Yeah, a mirror of DNA of himself, which is crazy.
Ew.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Yes. Ugh. All right. Look, we've been chit-chatting for long enough. Guys, thank you very much for your super chats. We'll get to more of those in just a minute. But right now it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for hard news. All right. Question for the panel. What is the most amount of money you have spent on a video game in your life? Total cumulative, not just one time, not like a $60, not like a $50, not $100, like total most of the time through like a free-to-play game. Let's start with Flash. Or it doesn't have to be a game. It could be anything.
I guess Destiny, because I bought all those expansion packs. I don't spend a lot of free-to-play money. I think it's a waste.
I don't either. I think probably would have to be League of Legends, and I've spent maybe over the course of 10 years like $500, which is still a lot, but I think that would be like the most I'd spent on that.
So my thought on that is, you said you spent $500 over 10 years, right? I don't think that's that bad, considering people spend $60 annually for Madden or FIFA or whatever. It's just kind of
same game,
right?
Every
and
year.
The fact that it's been supported. Blaz, what's the most money? I mean, you're a Harry Potter fiend, so I'm sure you spend ridiculous amounts of money.
Oh yeah, but like on a video game itself, probably like no more than $70 or $80. But on free to play, I mean, somebody gifted me like $15 to get the skins for finals, so maybe that. But yeah, I don't really buy a whole lot of skins. I just play like the default. I don't really care about that.
Nice. Well, have you guys heard of this game Star Citizen that is coming out soon? Have you heard of this?
It's been coming out for years, hasn't it?
yes, it has been coming out for years.
I don't think is it actually running? Are people playing this game or?
Well, they have to be for the amount of money that's being put into that. We're gonna talk about that in just a minute. But first, I want to talk about the amount that they are offering for a bundle. It is an everything bundle that you can be bought in the game. And I know you guys saw it on the run sheet, but for those in the chat, throw out some guesses. How much do you think it would cost to buy everything in the game? This is by far the most amount of money that I've seen for any sort of these DLC everything bundles. I've seen a couple $1,000s for these type of things, but I have not seen $48,000.
Ooh.
God.
What?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Now, Diablo Immortal, didn't they have a $100,000 thing or some streamer that just spent like $100,000 on cosmetics or whatever it was in the game? I don't remember, but still, this is insane.
Yes, this is just
Wow.
absolutely silly. $48,000 includes the ship bundle, but you only get access to it after you spend $1,000.
So it's really
Ah!
9 grand.
Yes, yes.
This is just robbery. It's robbery.
Well, I don't disagree with you, but I'll tell you what, a lot of people have bought in. And here's the crazy thing about this. This is a game that is not on my radar, but I've heard the name several times. This is like a fan-funded game. And if you go to their website, it keeps track of their revenue and the amount of funding that they've received. And on one aspect of this, I greatly appreciate the transparency of it.
Right.
The other aspect of this makes me want to barf. Because when you look at their funding stats, and let's just I'm going to pull up their funding stats for the last hour. In the last hour, this game, how much do you think this money has been funded by its fan audience? There are over 5 million Star citizens. So how much money do you think has been put into this game in the last hour?
Oh, I don't know.
100,000.
In the last hour, $9,000 has been put into this game. Right?
Wow.
Between the 5,000 people who are into this game, Star Citizen, which is a lot. I mean, 5 million people who are into this game. That's a shit
So this
ton
game actually runs. I don't think I've ever seen anyone like any gameplay of this. Or
So who? Like,
I can go and play this game right now if I paid for it.
Is this like a mainstream or a big studio making this game, or is this more indie?
These are great questions that I don't know. I don't know enough about this game.
Because if this was like, okay, here's the thing. If this was super indie, right? Let's say, you know, a group of dudes who just really passionate about video games and they like to make them. And they're like, oh, here's a game we're coming out with. We're crowdfunded. We're the little guys. And if the community wanted to contribute to this indie endeavor and put in a lot of money into it like that, it wouldn't that to me that wouldn't bother me, because it's like, oh, okay, here is somebody, clearly people who have a lot of money that can help out the little guys, right? But if this is like a big developer who is kind of going down that crowdfunding route, then I feel differently.
Well, at a certain point, don't you go past the like? I don't think these guys will ever have the opportunity to be acquired, because when you look at the amount of funds raised for this game during its lifetime, it has raised $658 million.
What?
Man, that's insane.
What?
$658 million, and it's growing by the hour, by the day, by the week, by the month. You can see it in, I guess this is November here. In November, they had $28 million in
So those are bad Christmas presents. Here's your Starfield code.
Wow.
Like, this is the most successful game I've never heard of. It's insane.
I've heard of it, but mostly controversies.
Well,
like I remember, I'm pretty sure like Mr. Mediker talked about it on a stream a long time ago that I watched.
Put that in perspective. That's over $500 million. That's insane.
Yeah, this is us. I don't know. Something is fishy
Money
about
laundering.
this.
Well,
It's actually, I think, a pretty big rabbit hole you can go down.
Yeah.
That game.
See, I would be, man, especially if they are actually indie, I would be almost scared about saying about even raising that much money. You're gonna get audited.
Right.
You're gonna get like, yeah, the IRS is gonna be looking into that.
I mean, at a certain point, when I think of like indie, I think of a few friends developing games, and I'm sure that my mindset needs to change on this, right? It's usually, I think of like a couple people just kind of hanging out, building a game. When you move past $500 million, I struggle to justify the indie label to it.
I agree.
You know, that's just me.
It's not so indie anymore if you're making that much. Yeah, that's just insane.
And that is just balls crazy. I can't even believe that. I mean, what am I doing? Like, we're here just talking about
Guys,
this
by the
game.
way, I'm making a game.
I don't know if you guys heard this.
I've got a $20,000 boat that you can buy.
That's right. That's right. And yeah, exactly. Or you can buy the new skin. That's right. You know, but part of me wants to think that these game companies do this just for the allure of this is $48,000.
Right.
They're probably going to sell. I mean, if they're raising millions every month, they're probably going to sell a couple of these, several of these.
Right.
There's some big spenders in the gaming space guys who have nothing else to do. And they're just excited to, spend money on their hobby, which is I was gonna say there's Blabs. Look at Blabs going to the corner. That's cute. Get out of here. Anyway, so yeah, look it out. Look for Star Citizen in there. Like at this point, when you have $658 million invested in your company and you're still in like alpha, pre-alpha, or whatever it is, like, can't you like just kind of throw money at something and then get it out the door at a certain point? Or are they just excited with the idea of making $20 million a month?
See, that's the thing is I'd be scared to release it at this point. Cause I mean, is it going to reach expectation given the amount of money that was dumped into it? Not likely. So like you were saying earlier, it kind of is more profitable for them to stay in development.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just keep it there forever.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jefferson. Appreciate that. Speaking of keeping it there forever, I'm going to keep it there forever as Lover of Green gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Let's go.
That's a true lover of green right there.
Lover.
Yes.
Yes.
And giver of green.
Yes.
Absolutely. We appreciate that. Let's read off some of these super chats real quick as we move on to our next story here in a second. Japanese demon lord Abra Lucifer says Arcane Season 2 trailer was released just a few minutes ago.
Oh, I'm curious because I kind of have a somewhat unpopular opinion in that I do think that Arcane was overrated, but the first 3 episodes were phenomenal. All of them after that was kind of like, okay, pretty good, but kind of not. That's me. I know a lot of people absolutely love it, but so we'll see. I still liked it enough that I want to watch season 2 though. So we'll see.
I would love to do reactions here, but we get flagged by YouTube so often.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So, but we are working on a solution for that. So we can do some reactions on stream with everybody live. So we'll work on that. We'll have news on that soon. Thank you so much, Japanese demon lord. Emperor Nero did nothing wrong. Says they did do it to lewd manga and anime primarily. They're talking about initially the
localizer.
Mm-hmm.
Pushup says, I have a theory about why classic Laura has unlimited ammo and reboot Laura does not. Any guesses first?
She keeps it in her boobs.
It's her backpack, clearly. That's unlimited storage in her backpack.
Yeah, of course.
She's gonna pulls out these giant prayer wheels on Tomb Raider 2, pulls them out of her little backpack.
It's like
Mary Poppins bag.
It's the Mary. Yeah, it is. That's where she gets it.
Yeah. or like Santa's sack. You just reach in and grab a bunch of stuff. It's great.
Is that when's that remastered game coming where they have
February 14th?
Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
I am stoked. We're
Mel's
almost there.
Literally counting down the days. It's great.
It's exactly what I want. It's just a prettier version of the old one.
Oh,
I hate it when they remake stuff and they're like, let's just add all of these things to it, like Final Fantasy VII.
Right.
Just remake the game. I don't want all this stuff that you think is a part of the story now.
And yeah, and the good thing about it too is like you've got the graphical update. You can toggle either the old school style graphics that are just up-res, or you can toggle the more refreshed new graphics, which by the way, they took like the FMV like CG Lara from that time and modeled her after that. So she is extremely accurate to how she looked. So they've got that. They've got an optional new control system because a lot of people don't like the classic controls. I think that they just need to get good, but I digress.
Well, they don't have the tank controls anymore?
Well, they do, but they have an optional. You can toggle between the actual classic tank controls, or you can do their new control system.
I'm okay with that.
Also, the expansions, like the additional levels, like the gold, all that kind of stuff. Lost Artifact on Tomb Raider 3, those are also included. And there's going to be some bonus levels, like unreleased levels as well. So it's going to be a lot more than just remasters. You're getting bonus stuff included as well, and I'm totally shilling for this right now.
No joke. I can't wait for the game to open up and it asks for your pronouns.
Oh gosh, no.
Do everything like Super Mario RPG remake. That is fantastic. They barely added anything new. Barely anything new.
It's pretty much
a prettier game.
That's all we want. And my big hope for Nintendo is, and I put this out on Twitter, it's the 30th anniversary of Donkey Kong Country this year. And I think it would be outstanding to see an HD remake of the first 3 games for the Super Nintendo. And
I love that.
Oh, that would kill. That would kill.
They won't do it though, because Nintendo is dumb.
Because Nintendo is dumb.
Sometimes they're quite dumb. When it comes to their older games, it's like they have this mountain of shit that people would give them money for, and they don't do anything with it.
Yeah, they could do like one of those a year for the next 10, 15 years and make, I mean, that's the thing. Nintendo plays in Nintendo's own sandbox. They don't care. They do their thing and they do it well, and they're swimming in money, and we're all going to buy it anyways whenever they release it. So it just kind of builds the anticipation. It's crazy. Patrick Greg says, I swing by and all I hear is about this Adolf fella. Odd looking duck. Something about his eyes. He died in 1945. I didn't even know he was sick. Very sick. Lead poisoning is what got him, I believe. So Dylan says, hey, Craig, how's your... yeah, thanks, Dylan. Appreciate that.
I so thought
I
you were
didn't
about to
catch
say
that
it.
at first.
I actually said that once on Twitch. I read it out loud. I was like, oh!
I don't understand. But here's the thing. There's a movie called... What is it called? The Magical...
Society from... Yeah.
Yeah.
Magical... The Society of Magical Negroes.
Yeah. Well, like, why can't you say that? Yeah, Americans. Yeah, that's what it is. The American Society of Magical Negroes, right? Like, why can you not say it? It's very clearly in a movie title. It is what it is, and it's like, when did that word become like the N-word?
Means black,
right? Like, whatever, it is what it is.
Literally, what it translates to.
Yes. Japanese Demon Lord is back. Says it's not just the manga and animes. Am I saying manga right, or is it manga?
Manga.
It's not just the manga and the animes. It's also the light novels, which they're based off of. Apparently, one of the Moshoku Tensei novels had an entire chapter removed. Wow.
Oh my, a whole chapter? That's insane.
Learn more about this shit every day. It's nuts. 1X at Bandcamp says, anime fans should stand against woke localizers while the hobby isn't yet completely corrupted. History shows that wokeification creeps in slowly that we don't even notice. Don't give them an inch. Agreed. Push back. Get them fired. 100%. Worthy One says, any chance of having Eric July on the show in the future? I would love to have Eric on the show. That'd be great. A great conversation.
Nice.
Ashley
busy
says,
man.
Yeah, he's a busy dude. It's hard to stop down in the middle of a business day when you're.
He's still working on music right now. He's got like all of
He's putting out 6 books this year, which is crazy.
Yes, so he's got all the books he's working on. He's also working on music. So he and probably other stuff as well. Like he's got his normal content that he makes and all that. He is all over the place. He's kicking butt.
Ashley says, is Mel's Laura missing an arm?
She has two that I removed, and I just put the jacket on it because she's going like this, and I can't fit her in the corner when she's got her arms attached. So I had to get creative.
You made the right decision.
Yeah.
For sure. Dermy came in and says, because of Flash, I had to change my own drinking rules.
Yeah, he was only charging people $10 a shot.
Oh my goodness, he would die.
He looked like he was going to sometimes.
How would you not die?
Scrappy says, I heard Melanie was spreading the word.
Yes, spreading the word about Tomb Raider Remasters February 14th. Pre-order now.
You mean the bird is the word.
No, the word. Mercenary says, Starfield disappointed me so bad that I got Star Citizen. That's how bad it was for me. Star Cit is a more complete game than Starfield. Also, hi, Yellow.
Yo.
Nate came in and says, if I remember right, Star Citizen has $10,000+ starships to buy. Wow, that is crazy.
Wow. Well, wasn't that Second Life game that was a very degen game? I mean, not that everybody who played it was a degen, but a lot of degens were playing Second Life. Didn't they have like islands you can buy and houses you can buy that cost just like an insane amount of money, like tens of thousands of dollars? Pretty sure they did.
Right. And I know what you're talking about, and I believe you're right. I do believe you're right. Certainty Off Strife came in with the 10. Thank you so much, Certainty Off. Great to see you. Says, it is the first ever game that is funded by fans, so it's a massive indie game. You can play online alpha game. There's a video called the Star Engine that shows the tech that they are making from the ground up. Okay, thank you, Certainty Off Strife. Are you playing it? Are you an investor in it? I mean, you said it's the first ever game it's funded by fans, so curious if you're invested in it. Toxic Mix says, great show. Just want to say thank you. I will do. I just want to say thank you. I will do what you tell me. Thank you. I will do what you tell me. Thank you. I will do what you tell me. I will do what you tell me. That's right. Thanks, Toxic Mix. Appreciate that.
Thank you. I will do what you tell me. Thank you. I will do what you tell me.
Go get it, Mel. There you go. Sting says, sounds like a giant scam like Mega Woke Spider-Man 2 and Woke Trash Starfield. Thanks, Sting.
Spider Woke is the disappointment of the year for me.
Henry came in at the 5, says Star Citizen is playable now. Thank you, Henry. Appreciate that. Peter says localizers, more like vocalizers. There you go.
I love it.
Maybe we should change it. Peter, you're spreading the word now. You're starting the trend here. The vocalizers. Hey!
Can you imagine YellowFlash just actually streaming from a drum set and he's just ready to go instead?
Yeah.
Treadmill.
Sitting at it right now.
He's got his sticks up, just waiting. Come on, baby, give me something. Hey, bada bing. Flash is correct. It's her boobs. They're like Samson's hair.
Oh, yes. Meaning that if you cut them off, she loses all her strength.
Oh, that's rough.
So you mean? Oh, it actually is true.
Well, it's true. Look at the new game.
Look what happened. They cut them off, and she lost her strength.
Oh my god.
They're a part of her character. I don't.
That's my thing is people are just like I get backlash from saying that I want Lara Croft to be be curvy like she used to be. Like, wow, are you saying, how can you say you're anti like degeneracy and porn and all this stuff, but you want Lara Croft to have big boobs again? And it's like,
why are big boobs degenerate?
Big boobs aren't pornographic. Like,
so
there are plenty
natural
of women
part of a woman's body.
Yes. It's like, come
real
on
women
now.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Seth Trollins with the $50 super chat. Blaz, read it off while I put them on the wall. Seth, thank you so much. Look at it.
First of all, balls. Tank controls are the most force-hated control scheme in video games. If you choose modern controls, your console should just explode.
Yes. See, you're a Resident Evil fan. You should have an appreciation for tank controls. But I just think, like, for example, with classic Tomb Raider, I'm really curious to see how the new control scheme works, because I don't understand how you can have the dynamic traversal gameplay without the tank controls. We'll see. But I mean, if you just see with classic Tomb Raider versus Legend, Anniversary, and Underworld Tomb Raider, where they incorporated the auto grab and all that stuff, Tomb Raider went from this you had to be mathematical in your approach for just, okay, how am I going to approach this set of jumps and all this kind of stuff? It was like math, and the controls played a role in that, with it being a grid-based system. So when you went from that to the auto grab and stuff, it just felt like you were playing a play school version of Tomb Raider. So we'll see how the new controls work with that, and if hopefully won't detract from the traversal and how intense that was.
Love it. Thank you so much, Seth, for your support. We have a bunch of other super chats, more Rumble rants, and some direct donations coming in. I'm going to read those off in just a little bit. But Jeff Ratterfan came in with 200 bits. Says, I listened to the Katt Williams interview. And let's just say 2024 is the year the truth comes out on all this kinds of stuff, which we're going to get to the Katt Williams interview next. It says, also, I heard that Mike Klum is working on a DSP documentary. GF Raptor fan, I can confirm Mike is working on a DSP documentary. I can confirm.
And he's working with DSP.
Yes.
Which is crazy.
And I can confirm I will be in that documentary.
What?
So, yes. He's going to come down and we're going to shoot some stuff for it. So I was on the phone with him earlier this week. So
is DSP coming with him?
I don't know. You know, I will say this, and I'm just going to put this out there. I said, I have no problem being in the documentary, but I'd like part 2 to happen. And I would love for a second part of our DSP interview to happen because we just didn't get a chance. So that was my ask I would love to interview Phil again, whether it's here on the channel, whether it's on his channel, I don't care. I would just love to do it. I think it'd be great. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So we just barely scratched the surface. That'd be a fun thing a year later, be able to do it. So
yeah.
All right, let's speaking of this Katt Williams thing. So guys, thank you very much for your support. We'll continue to read these in just a little bit. Okay, did you guys see? First off, do you know who Katt Williams is?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Mel,
not
do you know?
totally sure. That the name rings a bell, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so Katt Williams is he's a comedian, actor. You may recognize him from Friday. He's from the Friday series. He's like the pimp in Friday.
Okay.
It's this guy. This is Katt Williams. Are you familiar with,
I've seen him. Yes. Okay.
Right. So Katt Williams went on the Shannon Sharp show. He has a podcast which is growing really, really fast. Shannon Sharp is a former NFL player.
Yep. I know Shannon.
Right. He has this new podcast called Club Shay Shay. And they sit down and they pretty much drink and they sit in front of a fire and it looks all like ritzy and stuff. And Katt Williams went off in this interview. He was saying shit that people talk about, but let me just kind of throw some of this stuff out there. And it's all about Hollywood. It's all about the experience of, I think, specifically being black in Hollywood and being a comedian in Hollywood.
Right.
So let's go and check out what he has to say here.
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole.
Especially after the interviews you've seen from Will Smith's best friend who's saying what happened to him with the baby leg guy.
Yeah.
So there's the first 5 seconds. Here. Let's continue.
And never has sucked a penis.
And there's the next 3 seconds.
Did you succeed?
Well, here we go.
Okay.
Let's just listen to the whole thing intact. I just love those first 3 seconds, our first 10 seconds.
My goal was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole. And never has sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
There you go. See, come on, Dad.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared.
You heard him name drop Jonathan Majors there. I guess Jonathan Majors has a white wife, I guess. I don't know.
No, it's the woman he was with was.
Was that the one who was just had to?
That was the one that was chasing him down the road and.
Yeah, and she was being psycho about that. Not allegedly he cheated on her or whatever. And I understand that's a terrible thing to do, but leave the dude alone. Just break up with him and leave him alone. Don't chase him down the street.
He committed the crime of annoying her. For real. It's like a parking ticket. I watch Nate the lawyer did a video on it. It's really good. Going over exactly what those charges are.
Wow.
It's crazy.
All right, let's continue this.
Are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million.
Okay, this is where things get a little crazy.
Oh.
Like that first 35 seconds was a wild roller coaster ride where we're going up and we're going down and we're doing loops and all sorts of nonsense. But here we go. This last 20 seconds is balls crazy.
I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
So there you go.
Wow.
There's the first sound clip right there, which there are more. There are more here.
Wow.
So he called out P. Diddy, or Puff Daddy, or P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs right there. I guess that's his thing. P. Diddy is in being your daddy, I guess, apparently, which is so there you go.
Wow.
There have been all sorts of accusations.
So that's why they call him Biggie Smalls.
Oh,
They called him Biggie Smalls.
where's your drums?
He gave him that name.
There you go. So I will say this: Katt Williams, he's a little crazy, right? Little crazy. He's been arrested multiple times for a lot of really stupid things. But what he's saying in these interviews is stuff that you always heard about from the periphery. You hear these things, you're like, oh, that no. Like we were talking to yesterday when we were talking to Salty Cracker. I was like, what is a conspiracy theory? Because we were talking about the list that was announced that was released the other day, or all the stuff that came out with that. And we were talking about how like 15 years ago, that was something that if somebody mentioned that was crazy, you'd be like, that's insane. What are you talking about? There's an island and blah, blah, blah. But the stuff that he's talking about is stuff that you hear like that as well. If you to be successful, you got to get on your knees in Hollywood, right? That's kind of the idea.
Yeah. Look at Harvey Weinstein.
Right.
This isn't a new thing. And it's especially been going on with like black men. He'll talk about this in the other clip that you're going to show, but just about every major black man that's a star in Hollywood has some scene where they're in a dress and something, whether it be on a show, like a talk show or a movie or a TV series. They've all been in a dress somewhere, except a couple. Like Dave Chappelle's never done that. Katt Williams has never done that.
Chappelle has.
Oh, he has.
In tights. He dresses up as a woman for 2 seconds with the other guys to infiltrate.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And rescue Maid Marian.
Yep.
I forgot he was even in that.
Yeah.
Yo, check it out. Yeah, he's in there.
Love it.
Oh, he did. Damn it, Dave. You were a hero.
And now it's over, huh?
Oh, he does. I'm looking at it now. He did.
Oh.
Flash feels let down. All his
my favorite Robin Hood movie.
This is like this is what he was anxious to get in. So he's like, I'll do the humiliation ritual.
He was ready to get in. Well, let's continue with the humiliation ritual here as Katt Williams continues.
If there's one thing you can take away from me as a person, whether you
this is actually pretty in depth. Let me see if this is the right clip here. Oh, here's the other one. Here we go. This is the one I wanted to show you. Here we go.
Are you related to Luda?
No. So there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So
I appreciate how casually he says that. There was this thing where we were invited to this Illuminati thing. It's like, okay, what? Like, if I'm Shannon Sharp here, I'm going, I'm sorry. Can you tell me more about this Illuminati thing?
I don't think people think it's crazy anymore. I think most people have accepted that some sort of Illuminati exists. Whether or not is it as extreme as we've heard, but it's not even that crazy to even believe that the Illuminati exists anymore.
And
Shannon Sharp would know what the NFL is, because don't even act like the NFL ain't corrupt either.
Yeah,
the NFL is corrupt too.
Why is it crazy to think a bunch of rich, powerful people to get together? They literally do these things at places like, I see Bohemian Grove in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Bilderberg yearly meeting where all of these huge, massive, powerful people get together and talk about current events. Yeah, I'm sure they're just talking about current events. They're shaping events is what they're doing.
Let's continue.
And it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us. We were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair, and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person they said was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Katt Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done it. Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people? Yes. It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200?
Sir, Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now?
10. I might be getting me one of the more women.
Ludacris is in all of them but 2. He's not in the first one, and he's not in the third one.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. You wonder what his like. Surely there's got to be some sort of receipts on what his salary is, right? Like what Ludacris's salary has been on these to see if it matches up with this.
You said it would total up to 20 million?
Total up to 200 million.
200 million. I don't know if it's that. He didn't get 20 million a movie, I don't think.
Well, it was 20 movies for 10 million a piece, right? But at the same time,
okay.
Like if I'm Shannon Sharp, the question I ask is who's they? Who's they? Like, and I want names, because Katt Williams here is over here, saying all this stuff. It sounds insane, right? So let's go into it. Let's talk about it. Who specifically? Who is they? Give me names, because if you're casually invited to some Illuminati thing, you should probably know who's inviting you, right? Throwing it out there. So let's go to continue.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day. Kevin told you he wasn't going to wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you?
So there you go. There's that dress you were talking about, Flash.
Yep.
Which that's something that I never heard before. You never heard. Dave
Chappelle talked about it.
Oh yeah.
He talked about it on that show. Let me see if I can find it. I'll pull it up.
I think that's maybe the first time I heard about it.
They've been feminizing black men in entertainment for a long time now. And I don't know. I think, there's so many theories that a lot of people have, but I know that typically in black communities, black men are very masculine. And so it seems like it's an actual concerted effort to emasculate black men in the media. And you have to question why.
These are great questions, and I don't know. It's amazing to think about that there is this overwhelming they. And I saw the chat. They say you could figure out who they is. Well, no, but I specifically want to know who they are. Like, give me names for they.
Well, see, as a Christian, I think it's all fueled by Satan. So, if the people are puppets for Satan, so I don't necessarily think it's like a specific group of I think they've turned into and they've grouped together, but that's my take on it. But
yeah, I found it. I think I'll put it in the private chat so Blabs can pull it up.
Sure, sounds good.
It's 1 minute and 44 seconds. I think this is it. Dave Chappelle talks about the sickness of Hollywood.
I got it. I got it, Blabs. Pull it up real quick. And so this is Dave Chappelle. Yeah, we may get flagged for this, but that's all right. Let's check it out. Wait, has Dave Chappelle, he does not look like he does 20 years ago. I understand that people change. So his facial structure is so much.
He's gained a little weight and he smokes like a chimney.
Yeah.
Smoking really.
All right, here we go. Let's check this out.
When Martin Lawrence was in that chair, we talked about Blue Streak.
I love it.
He played a role in your life, I believe. How do you feel about him as a person, as an artist?
Martin Lawrence is a guy that showed everybody you can make it from DC to Hollywood. And I had a personal stake in his success. Every time he did something, it made me feel inspired and really good. And he was always real nice to me. He'd sit me down, "What's going on with you, baby boy? What? Talk about comedy, whatever."
Where has Martin Lawrence been the last decade? Has he been?
He had kind of a meltdown.
Did he?
He's coming back. He'll be in Bad Boys 4.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I forgot they're doing Bad Boys 4, aren't they?
If this is the clip that I think it is, he's going to talk about Martin Lawrence going crazy.
All right.
And, you know, when we did Blue Streak, we were promoting it, and Martin had a stroke. He almost died. And then after that, I saw him, and I was like, oh my God, Martin, are you okay? And he said, I got the best sleep I ever got in my life. That's how tough he is. So let me ask you this. What is happening in Hollywood that a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is Dave Chappelle going to Africa? Why does Mariah Carey make a $100 million deal and take her clothes off on TRL? A weak person cannot get to sit here and talk to you. Ain't no weak people talking to you. So what is happening in Hollywood? Nobody knows. The worst thing to call somebody is crazy, is dismissive. I don't understand this person, so they're crazy. That's bullshit. These people are not crazy. They're strong people. Maybe the environment is a little sick.
Wow. That's interesting. And that's a clip from 15 years ago. 15 years ago, which is...
Dave Chappelle, just a note, does not live in Hollywood. He lives in Ohio. And he has a bunch of acres and literally just rides four-wheelers around with his kids.
That's a good life.
That's what he was doing like
That's
10 years
great.
ago. I don't know if he's... Because I would imagine most of them are pretty grown up by now.
Living that best life, man. Yeah, he actually started his latest stand-up where he's talking about his... the location that they shot that one in is the same location. It was like his first big stand-up special was in, and his wife was pregnant, and he said now he smokes weed with the kid who was in his wife's belly at the time. So it's funny. So he's definitely grown up at this point. So crazy to think. But there is one last little clip from this Katt Williams interview, which I thought was really it's kind of profound, if I'm being honest. Let's go take this. And if there is something to take of it outside of all the craziness that he said, whether it's crazy that he said it or that it's crazy that it's happening is, obviously it is what it is. But listen to what he says here.
If there's one thing you can take away from me as a person, whether you like me or you don't, if you take this from me, you will be a better person. If you decide today that you're going to live every day like it's your last for real, which means have a conversation with yourself every night that, okay, that was it. May not be no more after that. And really count yourself every day like this could have been it. All right, before I go to bed, this could be it. All right, how's that looking? If you can do that, it'll change your life.
Pretty, I think that's pretty profound. The idea of like, before you go to bed, be like, I may not wake up. What did I do today?
Right.
I think there's a lot to that. And if I saw that clip yesterday, I think maybe last night, and I was like, wow, like, man, if you really look at it like that, and instead of saying, well, hey, on Saturday we're going to do this, or on Friday we're going to do this, or next week we're going to do this, and you say, what did I do today to better my life, to better the life of people around me? I think it's a pretty profound statement for sure. So, anybody got anything? Cool. All right. All right. Let's move on. We got a bunch of super chats to get to. Do we want to talk about Blabs? Do we want to talk about this Star Wars lady again? Or do we want?
Oh God.
Yeah, we have to play that because when I didn't see
You got Anna's clip?
Yeah, I didn't see that clip until Craig sent it to me. It is Anna's clip. It's wild.
Activism first.
Every day I'm like so shocked about Disney.
I'm not.
I'm like, how could you? What else can you do to stump me? What else can you do to surprise me? And then they do another thing and another thing. I'm like,
Marvel
wow.
grabbed her before Kathleen Kennedy did. She did 2 episodes of Miss Marvel.
Oh, did she?
With no real credit behind her. It's just another Nia DaCosta. They're grabbing these people that have no experience and giving them the keys to multi-million-dollar projects. Like this woman has, you'll see in the clip, she doesn't even call herself a filmmaker. She calls herself an activist.
Yeah, we gotta play the clip. It's wild.
Oh, that's cringe.
All right, Melanie, tell me, have you seen this clip yet? Oh.
I have not.
All right, here we go.
At the heart of everything, I am a storyteller, and an activist. And my body of work over the last 20 years has been guided by my activism, and every single piece of work that I've ever created has a piece of activism in it. It could be very overt or it could be covert.
This is the lady who's driving Star Wars moving ahead, by the way.
Oh,
Just wanna
dear.
throw it out
It's
there.
time
New
that a
Rey
woman
movie.
shaped Star Wars.
Oh, no.
Women have always shaped Star Wars.
Handpicked by Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh,
Wow. I mean, it's amazing to hear that. And once again, people who are like, you don't even care about Star Wars. Replace this with your favorite story, your favorite medium. If let's say you're a big Ninja Turtles fan, and some guy walked in and who came in and was like, look, I'm a big activist, and I'm going to make sure that everything in Ninja Turtles is going to, going to have some sort of activism in it.
This happened.
Yep, it did. But I just feel like this is, I think, moving, like going from the last topic with the Illuminati stuff and this, and like I said before, for me personally, coming at this from a Christian perspective and thinking that Satan is controlling a lot of this stuff. How do you infiltrate the minds of people? How do you get them to accept such extreme things, such as, for example, mutilating children in the name of, oh, we're saving lives, these quote transgender children, things like that, is in the form of activism. You hide these horrific things under this umbrella of activism. You make it seem like it's something good. You make it seem like it's something helpful, and oh, we're saving children's lives, and you insert it into the media and that sort of thing, and before you know it, you're just spreading just evil. You're having a bunch of people accept a bunch of evil and barbaric things that you otherwise would have never been able to do. You have to package it in this activism form. And so, huge red flag whenever these creators, they're like, oh, I'm an activist. Well, what are you trying to brainwash people with this time?
What happened? That the question I always go back to is what happened to her. Right. It's funny. I was out. I saw some parents last night at this thing, and one of the parents is a psychiatrist, and he literally talks to people for a living, helps them get through his problems. And you know what he said to me, which is really funny. He goes, "There's a meme in the psychiatry world where if somebody comes in with blue hair, you have a client for life." And he said because. He's like, you call your wife and you say, honey, we made it.
That is hilarious.
Because they're just going to give you all sorts of money.
Wow.
It's crazy because all these people, they've have something happen to them to turn them this way, right? And you don't just be like, hey, I want to stand up for this because of this, something happened to this person, whether she had daddy issues or mommy issues or someone did something to her that made her think this way.
I think it's just college, actually.
Maybe. Who knows?
Because I grew up with all these kids, and I see it on Instagram, and they didn't have these stupid pronouns and bios and stuff like that. Then years later, after college, they moved to all these woke areas like Seattle, LA, and all of a sudden they're talking about pronouns and bios and how great everything needs to be. And you're like, college did this to you because you were fine up until you're 18. What happened?
Right. Yeah.
Well, let me just say this. That was also discussed, was the pronoun thing. Right? And I've gone out of my way and said, if I ever hire anybody for any company moving forward, if you have pronouns on your bio, I will burn that resume.
Oh yeah.
Because what that tells me is that you're too into yourself than you are the company. It's going to be about you. It's
You're
a
a
giant
walking
red flag.
lawsuit.
And on top of that, I'm not alone. I talk to other small business owners who they say the exact same thing. You will not get hired at small businesses. You put your pronouns on there. And I remember we had a mod on the channel who was upset because I said, if I ever do a live event again, which we will do a live event eventually, we'll do some sort of side scrollers event. When we do that, they were like, will you put pronouns on the name tags? It's like, fuck no, I'm not putting pronouns on a name tag. Like, you can very clearly tell. And they got upset at me. They're like, because they were gender fluid or something. And it's like, it is what it is. Like, here's the thing. You are a girl. It's like, I hate to tell you this. You are a girl. You are, but whatever it is, what it is. So No pronouns at a side scrollers event. Moving ahead. Let's continue this as she continues.
Based.
Yeah, as she
No, just
continues
logical. Just logical.
Right, no, right.
Or it could be covert, but it is there. And I
Here we
think
go.
it could be very overt, or it
I'll only take a step back one more second.
I've ever created has a piece of activism in it. It could be very overt or it could be covert, but it is there. And I think that as a storyteller, I'm not sure if all of you know this, but I'm not a trained filmmaker. So I never went to film school.
Oh, wow. Surprise, surprise.
This is the director of the next Star Wars, by the way.
Hand this woman the keys to $100 million movie.
I mean, that's like, how does that happen? How does that happen?
Apparently her Miss Marvel episodes need to be reshot and fixed too, by the way.
Wow.
Well,
that's what I heard.
I bet you they're secretly gonna have a dude come in and try to help her and fix her stuff behind the scenes and sign an NDA saying she did everything by herself, but it was actually some skilled filmmaker dude who's actually doing stuff and trying to fix it.
I was quickly corrected, by the way. It's $400 million movie, and that's true.
Good point. Grim Jim says this movie's not getting made.
That's bullshit. It is getting made.
Yeah, they're starting in
That's
April,
that's a
aren't they?
bullshit rumor that this is some fake movie. It's 100% getting made.
Well, no, I think, and maybe what they're saying is the idea that they're going to start production and realize that this is just a fucking train wreck, and that this
Batgirl movie just
it won't finish the finish line.
yeah, shelf it forever.
Yeah,
A lot of these bad Star Wars things come from a guy named Cameron Pasha, who's a complete fucking liar. Just saying.
I don't know who Cameron Pasha is, so
good.
Let's go continue here.
I went to Smith College and did my undergraduate and studied economics and political science like a good Pakistani girl. And then I did my graduate studies, but also in international politics. And so I am an accidental filmmaker.
So there you go. Keys to the kingdom. Handing over to Star Wars. Look at Vlad's face. Just totally like, what the hell was that?
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my gosh. So Star Wars fans in the chat, how does that make you feel? Does it get you excited for your Rey movie?
Rey!
As somebody who has never been into Star Wars, it validates everything to me. I'm like,
it doesn't give you the appeal.
I'm so glad I never got into this because I understand that it played a very big part in a lot of people's lives. Those first three movies, the second three movies, and obviously these last three movies have not been, super well received. But it's just amazing to see how you can take something that people love so much and see diminishing returns with every decision that you make, and continue to be like, no, this is a good decision. Trust me, it's going to work out. I don't get it.
Everybody's favorite thing is next. I mean, Marvel, Star Wars, Tomb Raider, a bunch of other things. It's just like Marvel's one is there. Safe. Yeah,
Marvel's there. Look at that lineup of the Avengers they have. That shitty little lineup. That's gonna make no money.
And then there's like, you mean? There's all this overlap too, because then it's like, okay, now the writer for the last Marvel's flop, now she's working on the Tomb Raider Netflix series thing, or Amazon series, and yeah, it's a nightmare.
So this person over on Twitter, this is highlighted by Blabs, says, if you grew up and you were a fan of George Lucas' Star Wars, just give up. Disney has killed that dream and vision. It's over. Disney hates you. Wants to undo everything George built and no longer wants you as a fan. Yep. And I think that's how a lot of people feel.
They want that CW Barbie audience. That's what they want. They want the people that like those CW shows and Barbie movies. That's who they're trying to get to show up for Star Wars now. They think that is a more lucrative audience than the audience that's already built in, that was passing these movies on to their kids,
right?
And keeping this brand like relevant generation after generation. That's gonna die off now.
Yeah, but the thing is they're not going to be able to convert the Barbie fans. Like that's what they don't.
They don't want. Yeah, they want Barbie.
You can't get that. You can't turn Star Wars into. You can't make that appealing to the Barbie fans. You just can't. And I had a somewhat similar thing happened a couple years or so ago where this agency wanted to work with me and they're like, oh, we noticed your audience is like 95+% male. Can we kind of work with you to get it to 95+% female? I said, there's no way. That's not going to happen with my brand. Like I talk about video games. I talk about, nerd culture and stuff. It's not going to happen. And I just didn't end up working with this agency. But you can't take something that is inherently, you can't have this inherent demographic and transform it and try to force it into this Barbie demographic. It's not going to happen.
Think about what that agency told you. They said, look, we know your audience is 95% male. We want to totally change what you're doing and make it 95% female. Like, so just stop everything what you're doing and do the exact opposite. And then you can have it the totally opposite. It's like, what? That's
like,
the most
it's not
insulting
going to
thing
happen.
ever.
There's no way it's going to happen.
That is insane to think about. And it's so insulting that somebody would even come to you like that and say that.
It was. I was like, wow, I can't believe you even had the audacity to reach out to me and say that.
Man, do you remember who the agency was?
It was some, I don't remember. They worked with like some different like I think they worked with like a UFC person. They worked with like random different niches and stuff and turned them into like worked on their influencer side. But I don't remember, but I was like, no, this is not going to happen. It's not going to work.
Well, let's turn our next story to keeping it in the Disney universe, but also maybe the best thing maybe it's where the future of the franchise goes. And maybe this company is just ahead of it because Disney and Lucasfilms are suing Star Wash, a Star Wars themed car wash in Chile.
There's a car there. It's transformative.
I love it. Look at that sweet artwork right there. That's spectacular stuff. I love the logo. But you can see here, you actually go in like,
oh wow.
I think it's amazing.
Yes, this looks awesome. And they have different hangers that you go. What did you see?
That's hilarious.
Someone threw him a rag.
Good catch.
Oh my God. Hey, look at that. It
even looks like him.
Wow.
He looks just like him.
That's wild.
They got the real deal to make it.
So we can't even have these nice things.
I can understand why.
Yeah, I get it.
I can understand why the suing. However, let them have it because that's great. That's fun. And Disney sucks. So.
Oh my gosh, that is spectacular. Have you guys of all places though, like Chile? What got this tiny little car wash on the radar of multi-billion-dollar megacorp Disney?
I mean, the internet. All you have to do is film it, right? And everyone share it around, and everyone's gonna see it eventually.
I mean, that's just
I love
spectacular. Oh my gosh. All right, I got one more thing for you guys before we finish up with some super chats, and thank you guys very much for your support today. I wanted to talk about this because it's actually kind of important, and we talked about YouTube and how this is a platform that I think all of us have been censored in one shape or another, right? There's things that you can say and there's things that you can't say on this platform, and we all understand the rules. You can't talk about COVID. Right. There was a time where if you had conversations about COVID at all, you would get banned, shadow banned. In Adam's channel, in Adam's example, he had 9 strikes on his channel. Some have been redone, but he got hit 9 times. Right. But we all understand there's things that you can and cannot say, even when it pertains to news in the space. Yesterday, we spoke specifically about the Epstein list, and I think that's natural to talk about. It's ties into entertainment in a major way, just like today's Katt Williams interview did. But I wanted to show off a little behind the scenes here of what YouTube does. And I'm going to take you guys to our back end, our dashboard on YouTube, because what you see here, you'll see that oftentimes on the back end of YouTube, we get flagged back here. We get flagged and our streams are limited, which means earned limited or no ad revenue from these podcasts. So we earn literally next to nothing. It's close to about a 90% drop in revenue. And so anytime we get one of these yellow dollar signs, it's a very big deal.
It's important to note out to add something to that when it gets hit with the yellow, it will not be seen in the algorithm because the main algorithm has ads attached to it. So
correct.
A lot of people are just not going to see it. And that's done intentionally.
So you noticed right here, this top video right here, this is yesterday's stream with Salty, right? And up here, there's the monetization. This was not the case earlier today or late last night when I saw this. We had a yellow mark up here. And the previous title was Epstein List. It said Epstein List, Nintendo Switch 2 rumors. And if you remember watching this, if you tuned in yesterday, you saw that. I want to do this in real time because I tested this a couple times. I want to make sure this happens. I'm going to go and actually change the title to just Epstein List and show you what happens. So you change the title to Epstein, you save it, and then when you go back and you go back to the area, what you're going to see if I refresh this, and it did this several times. I hope it doesn't put egg on my face here. Nope, there it is right here. Immediately yellow.
I had the same problem. I had the same problem during the Johnny Depp stuff with Amber Heard.
Right.
That umbrella guy had the same problem. Everybody covering that. If you just put her name in something, it would demonetize it.
See,
instantly.
I just made a video a couple days ago about the Jimmy Kimmel and Aaron Rodgers Epstein List thing. And when I wrote out the title, I almost wrote Epstein List in it, but I was thinking, I didn't even know that this actually was happening, but it's just, is YouTube going to have a problem with this because YouTube is shady? So I just didn't even put it in the title, but wow.
So that's it in real time. So if there's things that you see, I changed the title back to the list just now, and it's going to take a couple minutes to get it back to green standing. If it does, oh nope, here it is. Check it out. It's already back. So just by changing the name, it's back to regular monetization on there. So this is what we're dealing with here on YouTube in real time. And it comes back to things that you can and cannot say on YouTube, things you can't even put in titles of videos on YouTube to describe what is happening for search engine optimization and various things like that.
There's an old video from 2020 that I did. I've one video with Epstein in the title on my channel, and you can see it's limited.
Yep.
Wow.
You should change it. Change the title and see what happens. I mean, it'll take a few minutes and see if it'll pop up. But just the idea of saying that name, all of a sudden getting you the yellow mark, it's very crazy. And it goes back to, Aaron says, like, who is YouTube protecting, right?
The elites.
And I Shoot Rope says it happened to PvP. Yeah, right. That's a great podcast to watch. So it's insane to think, and this is something that we deal with every day, and which is why we're looking at alternatives. I've said all along, like, YouTube is a place where we're going to have our show as a billboard to promote other platforms, because YouTube, for us to talk about, we will always have this show on YouTube, always, as long as they'll have us. But there are going to be times where we can't talk about things on YouTube because YouTube won't allow us to. So just giving you guys fair warning on that. But you guys saw it in real time. All it was a change of one word. And, people who at YouTube will say, well, why don't you just title it properly? And it's like, well, how is anybody going to find videos about that specific topic if you can't even put the name or the subject in the title? So it's crazy, man.
Just saying it in the video will get it hit too. Pretty sure we talked about Epstein last Saturday on Flashcast, and that got hit.
Oh.
Yep. It's a thing, man.
Every word that you say gets turned into a transcript. Like the machine learning and the AI that they use now for everything.
Gotta make up words like we did for the coof. You can call it the EpiPen list.
Right. So, but with that said, if you don't support that, if you don't want that censorship, the best way to support us is through the Streamlabs link down below, where we receive like 100% of that, and you don't give YouTube any percentage of it, right? So just consider that stuff as you guys come in and support. And by the way, however you guys want to support, we appreciate it. But if you're not down with the censorship and stuff like that, then consider that way. With that said, we appreciate all your support, and let's go read off some of that right now. As Sweet Potato Knight says, Harry Potter and Lara Croft are really the bad guys in the side-scroller cinematic universe. No lie. I speak the truth, just like DSP and Amron. Thanks, Sweet Potato Knight. Mercenary says, please invite Doomcock to interview. It would be fun. I've seen Doomcock stuff. He did for sure. I think I've seen it a few times. Dylan says, can we get the Malik Obama clip for our friends? Labs, you got anything for us?
A dick.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dylan. Some Seaman Nader says Wimpleizers, and I totally just butchered your name. Thank you very much. Kratos came in and says, I'm worried they'll remake OG God of War.
That's going to happen for sure.
It will.
Cernioff Strife says,
and he'll be gay.
And he'll be gay.
Yeah.
Go to the Katt Williams school of keeping his butthole clean. That's what he's going to need to do to go through.
You've said butthole way too many times on this stream today.
I didn't. Katt Williams did.
You did it too.
You can't say butthole?
Butthole.
Would you rather me say anus?
Whatever you want to say.
Well, the gay men call it a bussy.
What?
True.
Because it's
They
butt
do.
vagina.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So it's a bussy.
You learn something new every day.
Okay. Vlad, read off some more super chats.
Okay.
Here we go. Well, I collect myself after learning that.
Sir Neof Strife for $20. I funded it as a fan of Space Sim. People have this misconception that you have to spend a lot of money to play when you only have ever to spend $40 to get starter pack. It's more people are funding a dream of Space Sim. That kind of hurt to read. Thank you.
Thanks, Sir Neof Strife. Appreciate that. after learning about the bussy, you had a hard time reading that. Oh my God. Go ahead, Blab. Fire away.
Rolando for $5. To add to the localizer discussion, what Jamie does for feminists, then you have one Katrina Narnia. Don't ask, just check it out. Okay. Brandon M for $4.99. This is for Flash and Melanie. New listener, but we'll subscribe now. Great show and keep up the good work. Well,
Thank you that.
Yeah. Welcome.
I don't know if you caught this one. Gypsy Paws became a YouTube member. Woohoo!
Let's go! You can't say
Avatar. I love it.
You can't say gypsy.
Gypsy.
Yeah, I know. Did you know that's a word that you're not supposed to say
considered
anymore?
that's a no-no.
Really?
Word
Oh, because
now,
it's the new
apparently.
migrant word, isn't it? Or illegal.
It's retarded. It's stupid.
Illegals. That's what I'm sticking with.
The term gypsy is meant to be derogatory. Like some white girl in college thought it was derogatory because when you say, "Oh, you gypped somebody," like, "Oh, have you ever been gypped before?" You guys ever heard that phrase before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got gypped. I got gypped on the cost of a popcorn or something. They really gypped me.
Basically.
Right? Yeah, pretty much. Or you got cheated out of something. So it's they grew this these weird lines to the idea of like it's a gypsy thing and it's a whatever. It's stupid. It's
Thanks,
today's.
Craig. Anyway. Beardo's reading comprehension for $9.99. Y'all forgot his greatest role in Norbert, and that's talking about Katt Williams. All right, one time at band camp. Speaking of tank controls, I hate how all games have adopted twin sticks for movement and aiming. Not all gameplay play the same without room for variety. Yeah, especially like first-person shooter games. It's all the same.
I don't know. First-person shooter, like you have to use twin sticks if you're using a controller.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless you're handicapped.
Are we gonna? We've already have games that don't do that. They're on Nintendo 64 and they control terribly.
They are horrible. Yeah, they are.
It was night and day difference playing GoldenEye with the
Right.
Xbox controller, and then because I have the Switch Nintendo 64 controller, like they made like replicas of it, and I tried the virtual console version of GoldenEye, and what a night and day difference. It almost plays like a modern shooter on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you go back and play the old N64 games with their classic control, it's dog shit. Like I'm going to be very blunt, it's dog shit. A lot of them without the twin sticks, it's really bad.
Yeah, I do agree.
To be fair, Dave was in a Mel Brooks movie, yes. So when Dave was dressed up as a woman, so were other men because they were infiltrating an area. It wasn't like they were making fun of him.
Oh, and Cloud as well in Final Fantasy VII. Uh-oh. His butthole wasn't safe.
Wait, Cloud's gay in Final Fantasy VII?
Well, no, he wore a dress, though.
Oh, okay.
He did. He didn't want to, though, he says.
Yeah, he didn't want to, but, you know, they got him. Illuminati got him.
Japanese demon lord, Lucifer?
We're just going to call him JDL. JDL!
Okay. Right. It goes back as long as Hollywood has existed. Do some research on Charlie Chaplin. Okay. Kyle for $4.99. I would just like to say Shannon is the biggest LeBron simp ever. He literally wore a goat mask to undisputed, but we all know Jordan is the goat.
Attaboy, Kyle. Let him know. Let him know, Kyle.
Yeah.
There'll never be another Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
True, I agree. I agree with that.
Push-ups for $2, but Lara destroyed Illuminati when she had boobs.
She did. Right. She did in the movie.
There'll never be another Barry Sanders either. Though he didn't get any championships, unfortunately, but
man, we need to do some sports talk. Oh my god, it's good stuff.
Sports. Mercenary for $2. Dave talks about Hollywood like it's Babylon. Scary. Junior, if you watch the show Boondocks, they talk about the abuse and gay stuff that happens to black celebrities. This isn't a new thing, and Kat is right.
Yep.
Thanks, Junior.
Maiku, Rebecca Sugar was the first of this kind of problem. Difference is she knew to hush up and work behind the scenes.
Thanks, Miku.
Nenai5588 something has become a new member. Yay!
Yay!
That's Blabs. That's lead speak for Nissan 86.
Oh. I feel stupid.
Let's go.
Nissan.
Thanks, Nissan. Appreciate that.
Heart and Soul for 72. Heart and Soul 72. All-female X-Men movies next.
Oh gosh, for real. That's,
You know, what's so fucked up about all this with the X-Men is there's always been a shitload of women on the X-Men team.
Yes.
Right.
But
yes.
They're not gonna naturally just make that happen. They're doing it for all the wrong reasons, and it's just a joke. The X-Men have always had a very diverse lineup, and at least the second team. The first team was Cyclops, Jean Grey, Iceman, Beast, and Angel. Fucking boring team. I don't like those first Silver Age X-Men. That's when the giant size X-Men crew comes in that book really took off.
All the guys coming off the bench. The second team X-Men.
Well, yeah, they had to go rescue the first team.
Read it off, Labs. Go ahead.
Micah for $5. To say that you're gender fluid is to believe you're the next step in human evolution out of everyone that came before you. Insufferable experience. That's true.
Right.
Tommy reviews for $5. I remember Disney going after someone for putting Spider-Man on a gravestone.
I remember that. Yeah,
Wow.
kid that was dying loved Spider-Man, and they wanted to put it on his tombstone, and Disney was like, nope, we're not going to let that happen. Like, who cares? Like,
that's insane. That's crazy. Like, he's dead. like it's ridiculous. Push-up says, Craig, have you played KOTOR 1 or 2? Star Wars once was awesome. Yeah, I've heard so many great things about KOTOR, but I don't know enough about it. But I heard they're spectacular games.
Yeah, both of them are fantastic.
Hey, you became a member. Thank you so much. Hey, you appreciate that. And Raider came in with the $99 super chat. $99.99. Thank you so much, Raider. No message at all. Just letting you know.
Dropping it.
Just dropping it. Raider, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous.
Raider.
And we greatly appreciate that. That is really, really nice. Blabs, you lucked out. Because there's no song for you.
Not really lucked out when you look at the next one.
That's right. Look at this. Read it off and read it real slow, Blabs.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. You can play it. I think that deserves a clap.
Absolutely.
Ta-da! Yogi of Sokudo for 200. How'd I do? I do.
I think you did pretty horrible.
Oh. All right, well, anyway,
Read it off.
been watching for a bit. First super chat, so let's make it count. Also for Blaps to sing, Melanie and Matt can pick the song. Oh, Melanie.
Oh,
Wow.
let's go with
Shit.
Or what about the accent? Do I get to pick that too? Let's go with My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion.
Christ.
I'm torn between a Southern accent or an Indian accent, so I need
She
some
nailed the Indian.
input.
She nailed the Indian accent last time.
Okay, so a
with-
Southern accent. A Southern
Well-
accent.
Blabs, can you say y'all?
Y'all.
No, I don't like it. Indian
Oh,
accent.
I don't know.
Y'all.
Okay, Indian accent it is.
Hey,
All right.
look at that. Look at that right there. And Raider, you look
Just
at
look
that.
at it.
Look at it.
Look at it.
right there.
Well, look at that right there.
Yeah, I know your reference, and I love it. I love it.
I didn't
Would you
get it.
look at that?
Would you look?
Just look at that right there.
Look at that right there. Oh my God.
You could just look at that. It's a comedy sketch of this guy walks up to this dude who has like a, I don't know, an old Oldsmobile or something, and he's like, "Would you just look at that car right there? Just look at it."
He walks up, puts his hands on his head.
I
he
feel
goes,
like I've seen
"Look at
that.
that." Yeah, it was big like 10, 12, 15 years ago. So it's great. That's awesome. Okay, so Blab singing "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion
Yeah.
in an Indian accent.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. Blabs, are you ready for your performance today?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the one, the only.
Hello.
Wow.
Right, I'm gonna do a whole like lyric section paragraph just for you guys. So whatever.
Okay.
All right.
And by the way, while we're doing this, I want everybody to kind of stand up like you're on the Titanic and be like, and think about how I'm flying, and just put your arms out to the side, just like Jack would do.
Fine, Jack.
All right, here we go.
Why do I hear music?
we're gonna get flashed. Don't do it.
No.
No.
Oh.
That was like a recorder.
That's the recorder one. That's the best one. Here we go. Ready?
All right. This is an Indian accent, so I'm sorry, India. Love you long time. All
Don't
right.
apologize, Blabs. Never apologize.
I'm apologizing for my absolute horrific accent.
Stop apologizing and sing.
Yeah. Far. Wherever you are, thank you. Come again. I believe that the heart does go on. Why does the heart go on? Once more, you open the door. Thank you. Come again. And you're here in my heart. My heart will go on. Thank
Do
you. Come
it,
again.
like belt it out. Don't
Yeah,
do
you
the
gotta
rap
sing it.
version. You
Oh,
gotta belt
Yeah.
it.
You gotta sing
Put
it,
some
Blab.
heart into it.
I think Melanie should do
No,
this part.
this is for
since
Blab.
she's so
You
skilled
got
on
this.
this. Ugh.
Blabs more. Sing
Belt
it.
it out. We need energy, passion.
Okay, you're here. That's nothing I fear. I don't like this part. Make Melanie do this.
Do the same thing you just did. No, Blabs. No, you.
You're here.
See, she's got it.
Nothing I fear, and I know that my heart will go on. Once more, you open the door, and I know that my heart will go on and on.
Yikes.
There we go. Melanie, you killed it.
Watch out, Bollywood, says chat.
Wow. Love that. That's great. Hey, thank you so much for that ridiculous support. That is spectacular. Kyle came in with the 199, says, I saw video ads on Rumbler the other day. Maybe Rumble, maybe perhaps. And that'd be a good thing. Greg came in and says, Isaac Cappy said that Epstein was the keystone. Huh. Okay, thanks, Greg. Big Trouble Net says, call it the guy who got Clinton list. There you go.
Perfect.
Truth.
Anthony says, Oprah runs my hometown, Santa Barbara. CIA, maybe? Hey,
Wait, she
she's
runs
there.
hometowns?
She just runs the whole area.
This is my block, bitch.
David says a Steamboat Willie game done in 8-bit retro style would be fun. Yeah, that would be kind of fun. Thank you so much, David. Appreciate that. Miku says you should all call it a bonus hole. Oh, wait, that's taken. Yes, thank you, Miku. Appreciate it. You bonus hole. Magadonian Esquire says 48K is the worth of my game collection. Insanity. Hey, good for you. Good for you. You got a little nest egg
collection.
a wonderful nest egg to work off of. Hey, you says the Barry doc on Amazon is great and worth a watch. Thank you. Hey, you appreciate that. The Barry Sanders one, yes. Takaru Satoi. By the way, I'm horrible with these names. You guys know that, but thank you very much for your support. Says today is a leg and chest split. This always is fun banter in the background, fellas. Fellas, working legs, increase test more than any other workout. Don't skip them. Get those legs.
Yes.
Work
We
those
love
squats.
leg
Don't
day.
skip leg day.
Yeah.
These people that have like giant arms but skinny twig legs, like you look fucking ridiculous.
Let them know, Flash. Let them know. She's crazy. Give it up for Jammin' Ninja, who came in as a brand new member. That puts us at 30 today. Thank you guys very much. That's great. Zach Toll says, Melanie singing that song is my new ringtone.
Love it. Hopefully you don't scare people in public.
Junior says, Blabs and Melanie earned some curry for that one.
I love curry.
Yay!
And Cellular Dream came in and says, Blab singing 4.968743 out of 10. That's very precise.
That's not even what it says.
You read that in dyslexic accent.
Yeah, that at least said Melanie's singing 9 point something.
What did I say?
You said Blab singing 4 point.
Yeah, you read
you
that all
swapped
wrong.
everything.
Mel singing. What did I say? Did I say Blab
You
singing?
said Blab
You said
singing
Blab
4.6. Like you just insulted me to shit, and you completely skipped Mel's compliment. Way to go, Craig.
Mel singing. Oh, Blabs and Melanie earned some curry for
Are
that
you
one.
all right?
Okay.
I'm starting over, and then Cellular says Mel singing. 10 out of 10. Thanks.
Yay!
Cellular.
Thank you.
You know, it's funny. I told my wife, I said, everyone on the show thinks I'm dyslexic. And she's like, what? Well, I've never been diagnosed with it before. But the funny thing about this is
I've diagnosed it now.
My younger daughter was like, I have a really hard time reading out loud. And I was like, me too.
Aww.
Me too. It was so sad. Hey, over on Rumble, guys, thank you so much for your support. Dude came in and says, I spent a couple $100 on Warframe, though I've been playing it for about 8 years, plus over 4,000 hours into it. That's crazy.
Wow.
I don't regret the money I put in.
As long as you're not
playing it.
throwing DSP levels of money at things, I think you're okay. Like people are just spending a little bit of money here and there.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not that bad.
Alma John came in and says, Flash, tell Craig about the time we rated the SJW Diversity movie website, and then the next day they blocked everyone and shut the website down. What?
Oh, yeah. There was some website where they had, I can't remember the name of it, but it was basically like they were reviewing movies based on how woke they were. But it was based on like people going in there and liking it based on it. So we reviewed it on a Flashcast, and everybody went in there and they were upvoting like movies like Naked Gun and stuff. So they were these were at the top of their list, like the wokest movies ever. Like these are recommendations for woke people to watch. So we were finding the most unwoke movies and sending them right to the top of their thing. It was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's great.
Like Batman, like 89 and shit.
1989. That's great.
This is a funny meme if you want to show it.
Well, yeah, do you have one?
Yeah, just put it in the private chat.
Okay, I got it.
It won't
I got
get you in trouble.
Okay. All right, here we go. This is what we got. This is from Libertarian Goth. It says, who are the 3 sealed names? My hips don't lie. Jeff Ramsey didn't kill himself. There you go. Thank you. All right, let's go and continue here. Blake says, "Will Tomb Raider be remade for a modern audience?" That's not the idea, right?
Well, I mean, the Tomb
They
Raider's
already
already
tried.
been modern audience, you know, and so
We've got these remasters. Those are safe right now because Aspire is doing them, not Crystal Dynamics. And that's all thanks to Embracer because Crystal Dynamics has never had any interest in remastering the classics. So, I mean, the modern Tomb Raider, what we see in the mainstream franchise, all that stuff, it is going down the woke pit. It's going to be terrible.
You're muted.
Oh, you're muted. You're
That's
muted.
that's
Craig.
okay. Sorry, I was typing and it's okay. What I said wasn't important. Death Shroud says, port all old Pokemon games to the Switch. Make billions. Yes, that is true. Cliff says, what's interesting is that Squadron 42 that takes place in the Star Citizen universe was announced in 2017. Now some of the character actors in that game are dead and the game still isn't out. Wow. That's crazy. Thanks, Cliff. Appreciate the heads up on that. That's crazy to hear. By the way, thank you guys very much. Give it up for other D-Man, Game Master 10, and Miklos 101, Jolty 1P, and Rusaki for using their Prime sub on us over at twitch.tv/stutteringcraig. Blake says, I'd rather have a gay black transgender doctor. Who needs med school anyways? Thanks, Blake. Appreciate it. And good luck with that. Followed up, it says the Star Wars rumor is false. It's misconception. Thank you very much again. Appreciate y'all's support. You guys have been massive today and huge. Salem says Cloud had to do it. Also, Ocarina of Time with the N64 controller is just fine, but I agree on FPS. Yes. And Shane said, make Apu proud, Blabs.
I tried.
Before they change his character. Then Abdulio came in with some direct donation. Says, I'm going to read these off slowly but surely. Says an old localization change on the American Mega Man 7 on the Super Nintendo, where he originally at the end, when Wily taunts Mega Man that he can't kill him because he is a robot and is against his protocol, he is supposed to lower the buster and remain silent. However, in the US version, they edited the scene to have Mega Man say, I'm more than a robot, and raise his buster at Wily, which completely goes against his character and lore since Mega Man is just a robot with programming. That's interesting. Thanks, Abdulio. And then he followed up and says, as it is X from Mega Man, X is supposed to be the first robot made with true AI and free will, something that Mega Man 7 was trying to drive home. SNES is filled with mini games where the localization changes and ruins the intent of the original devs. That's interesting. We'd have to go back and look at some of those games from the 90s to see how that happened. I'm sure there's a big list of those. Big Top came in and says, just want to say, hey, yo, and happy birthday to me. Big Top, let's go. Congratulations on another year on Earth. And Big Top, thank you very much. And hey, yo, to you. Abdulio came back, says, the pronoun thing infuriates me. It's adults who are playing pretend. We want to force the world to play pretend with them. I understand there's an actual medical condition, but it's for the folks who actually suffering from it that aren't pandering, parading it around proudly. Yes, that's a lot of P's for me. And he followed up with says, did Rumble give you trouble about that one music stream you did a while back? No, it did not. Rumble was great with that. So, all right, we got some memes, and then we're gonna go raid Az. Az is live, and we're gonna send everybody over to go say hi to Az and continue to grow the love, which is great. So, what do we got today for memes, Blabs?
Right. So the first one's from True Pop Culture, and he says it always gets wild when Craig's power goes down.
Uh-oh, he froze.
Did we lose Craig?
Or he's
I thought he just paused and
really,
started
he
speaking
is
to
so
us.
enamored right now. Oh!
I'm just gonna. All right.
I know you agree, Craig.
Pop him back. I'll just pop him back. We have Black Craig.
Hey, it's me.
All right, the Netflix version.
From the beyond. Do you not have windows in your house?
True.
Hold on, here we go.
What are you, like Amish?
That was the idea. Scary Craig.
Oh, he froze.
Did we lose Craig?
Or he's
Oh
so
my God.
funny. That was amazing.
That was great.
Then we have this one from Kratos. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And then we have this one from, again, Kratos. Sittering Craig. New Twitch loopholes. I'm not going to stand for this.
That's right. That's right.
And then, would you just look at it?
Yeah, there it
I
is.
need you to say it.
Would you just look at it?
There you go.
Look at it right there. It's looking at it.
Yep. There they are. Thanks for the memes, guys.
Appreciate that. I'm waiting for somebody to put my face on that guy. Takaru came back and says, we call it the Crash Bandicoot build. Thank you, Takaru. Appreciate that. And Hoo-wah says...
It says Hoo-wah, doesn't it?
Hoo-wah. Hoo-wah. Have any of you guys seen Godzilla -1? If so, did you like it and cry?
Yes, and yes, I did. I loved it, and I did cry. Fantastic.
Probably one of my favorite movies, in my top 10, I think. I need to watch it again.
Like
It's
all
so
time?
good.
Yeah.
It's so good. It is. It's
amazing.
It's definitely. It's up there with one of the best, if not the best, Godzilla movies ever made. And
I think it's the best Godzilla movie.
yeah, it's the actual story element of it. The people part of the story is definitely the absolute best. The reason why I'm kind of reserved in saying if it is the best Godzilla movie is because I would have liked to seen a little more Godzilla destruction and the more monster side of things. But ultimately, definitely at least in the top 3 for me. Fantastic.
It's so many, but the Godzilla scenes that were in there were so good.
So amazing.
The Jaws inspired moment is really good.
Fantastic.
The thing that makes this a good movie is I actually cared about the human story.
Yes.
The human story in this movie is really good. I love the makeshift war family that the grief survivor guilt-ridden guy kind of makes. It's such a good movie. I really need to watch it again. I'm waiting for the 4K disc to come out. But man, I loved that movie so much.
So I had Blabs, you may be interested in this. A little breaking news. I started watching the final Indiana Jones movie.
Why would you do that?
Because I told you I was going to watch it. So
But you shouldn't have done that.
No. I listen. Everyone shits on it. I saw several people gave it the worst movie of the year. So I had to watch it because I love Indiana Jones. I love it. So I got to watch the movie. Now I'll tell you this: the first 30 minutes, not that bad, but that's where I'm at. That's all the.
That's all I got.
Stuff.
Yeah, because the first 30 minutes are like an old school Indiana Jones movie, and then it becomes him as an old man in the chair yelling at kids about their music being too loud.
Well,
He's fucking pathetic.
I got there and I got to the point to where what's her name? Phoebe Waller-Bridge or something.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, yeah.
Yeah, where she just left him in a room by himself to get shot.
Isn't she just so ugly?
I was about to say that, but I knew Craig would be like, "Oh my god, why are you shitting on another woman?" But now that Flash said it, yeah, she's fugly.
Okay,
like this is not a Hollywood starlet. I just
like
her face
wasn't even that good.
She looks like she should be producing the movie, not starring in it.
Yeah, she should be behind the camera.
Yeah,
well, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But yeah, I'll give you a full review next week when I watch it in my 15 to 20 minute increments that I watch movies in. So
we'll see it in a month.
Yeah. Push-ups came in, says it's not dyslexia, it's Alzheimer's. Shut up, Push-ups.
She has the mouth of a donkey. Like you see those pictures of like the horse teeth, like the mouth open, like she looks like every time I see a picture of her, I want to stick a carrot right in her.
What's up, Labs?
Yeah. Like that, yeah. I just want to jam a carrot in her mouth every time I see her.
I love the visual of just her standing there and just this arm coming in off screen. Just like, woof.
Like Nadia, says Matt W. Correct. Nadia's a horse.
Oh, man. And there's, are you aware of Open Tomb and Open Laura?
Yes, good stuff. I mean, you've got like the first person version. You've got like the improved, like really cool water, things like that with Open Lara. I like it.
Eric says Stone Toss Free Willy is best Steamboat Willie. Well, thank you, Eric. Appreciate that. And Randman says Mel, what is a slang term for cigarettes in Europe?
Check my Twitter. You'll see I say it a lot.
There you go. All right.
Ooh. Will Dave has gifted another subscription. And
let's go.
Wow. Thank you, Will Dave.
Thank you, Will. That's spectacular.
Or
All
was it
right.
Wild Dave? Maybe it's Wild Dave.
Well,
I mean, look at this.
Give it
Look
up
at
for
this.
Dave. Look at it. Look at it.
Look at it. Don't look at it.
Brutal. I
It's
love
also like her giant like mole she has on her forehead just doesn't do anything.
Oh man, that's rough. Rough for her.
Now rough. She's getting every job in the world in Hollywood,
Yeah, James
man.
Bond, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. Good for her for ruining everything.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's crazy to see. Blabs, go ahead, read this one off real quick.
Old Renaissance nerd for $9.99. Stuck homesick, but at least got some great live streams I usually miss. Just new money would have Steamboat Willie say, LOL, I just had to go with GFY. Hi, Bob. Have a great weekend. Go find yourself. Oh, we
Hey,
got
Bob.
that. We got that. Hang on. I help you. Where is it? Where is it? There you go.
Go fuck yourself. Is that clear? I hope it is.
We got one more, too.
Hey, Bob, if you're in the audience.
Love it. All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for your support today. What a great show. What a great way to finish the week. We're going to put a link. I'm going to put a link right now, Blabs, in the chat. We're going to go raid Az Heels versus Babyface. He's streaming right now, and I would love for you guys to go over and just say hello to him, say hi from Side Scrollers and this great little community we have over here. You don't need to stay long if you don't want to. Just let him know we appreciate him, and I admire his workout that he's been doing and his stick to it.
Killing it.
Great.
Yeah,
He's
man.
doing so good.
So you guys go over there, let them know that you got a nice little Side Scrollers raid over on YouTube. Put the link in YouTube because you guys over on Rumble and Kick and Twitch probably don't want to go over there, but link is over there in the chat. So head on over there and say hi. It's great stuff. Flash, thanks for joining us today, buddy.
I for sure love coming on.
Melanie, appreciate you as always.
Thank you.
We'll see you on Tuesday again, which is great.
Yes.
If you guys would like to follow Melanie, you can find her over on the Melanie Mac Go Boom channel, the Bible Time with Melanie Mac channel, and any of the other various channels you have. They're all links in the description below, as well as with YellowFlash down below. If you want your updates on pop culture news, you can find all that down below with his unique takes. You can also find Blabs. Find her over on YouTube and on Kick, as she is rating all sorts of e-thoughts and playing all sorts of fun games like the finals, right?
I love the finals.
That's
So
right.
good.
And you can find me on this channel as well as over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel, where I'll be playing Donkey Kong Country in just about an hour or so. I'd love to see you guys over there. We're going to do about an hour of power today. So join me over there. Looking forward to seeing you guys then. With that said, head on over to Az's channel, say hello to him for us, and just a quick hello. And appreciate you guys. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. You guys have a great weekend. And remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great weekend, guys. Bye-bye.
Fatality.